Drake just called out everyone who switched up on him and betrayed him.
What did I miss? When I was looking at y'all and cooking with y'all and giving out verses and bookings to y'all, making sure eyes were hit, man, what did I miss? When you was all in my crib, liquor and hoes, word for word at all of the shows, you always felt like this, man, what did I miss?
When it comes to the chaos between Drake, Kendrick Lamar, Tyler, the Creator, and everything exploding in hip-hop right now, let's be real, it was peaceful for a second. Tyler, the Creator, dropped a fresh new album, and fans were just trying to enjoy the vibes without drama. But of course, certain people just can't let that happen. For Drake and his die-hard OVO crew, it's never about celebrating real artistry. It's about hijacking the spotlight like attention-hungry clout chasers. Instead of letting hip-hop breathe and thrive, they crash the party in the most exhausting way possible.
Drake takes aim at LeBron James in new track. What did I miss? Drake's not done firing shots, and now LeBron's caught in the crosshairs. On his new surprise drop, What Did I Miss? The 6'6" Ice God seems to diss LeBron James for switching sides during the Kendrick Lamar beef. I saw bro at the pop out with them, but been decorating gang since headlines. He raps, calling out Bron for partying with Kendrick after years of repping Drake. The Iceman era has officially begun, and Drizzy's calling out all the fake love, even if it's from a king.
And while Drake and his fan base were coming at both Kendrick and Tyler on what should have been a historic day for the culture, another major name stepped into the mix, none other than LeBron James. And what LeBron just did, it's got the internet buzzing. He went full savage mode and basically shut Drake down, making it look like he just won a beef that Drake shouldn't have even started. It all kicked off when Drake name-dropped LeBron in his diss track, The Heart Part 6, What Did I Miss?, throwing unnecessary shade and making him the center of the drama. Then Drake doubled down by getting a tattoo of LeBron removed. Yep, a tattoo of another grown man, just to replace it with a different NBA star, SGA. But LeBron wasn't having any of the childish antics. He clapped back hard, no words needed, and the message was loud and clear. He's done playing games with someone acting this petty. In a now viral clip, LeBron James was caught vibing with his wife, Savannah, right by his side, looking completely unbothered.
Drake is not holding back on his new single What Did I Miss? From his upcoming album, Iceman. He's coming after all his friends that turned on him during his beef with Kendrick Lamar, from Future, Travis Scott, and even LeBron James. Drake starts off by saying,
Niggas get punched in the face with some TLC shit on a dead guy. Some TLC shit cause you gon' need a chili ice pack for your left eye.
Drake is referencing when Rick Ross got punched in his left eye after playing Not Like Us during his festival performance in Canada. Drake then follows it up with,
I saw bro end up pop out with them, but been Brian Gangsta's headlines.
Drake is addressing LeBron James, who was seen dancing at Kendrick's The Pop Out concert in June 2024.
The two were going wild while Not Like Us blasted in the background, rapping every single word like it was their anthem. What really shocked fans was how well LeBron knew the lyrics, better than he's ever seemed to know anything. But it didn't stop there. Savannah was right there with him, matching his energy, word for word. This is the exact kind of thing Drake can't stand. Seeing LeBron and Savannah so into a track that's become the unofficial anthem of Drake's opposition, that's got to sting. And what makes it even better is that the whole moment felt natural. They weren't performing for the cameras. They were just caught living life and having fun, showing the world how truly unbothered they are by Drake's non-stop antics. The clip revealed a lot. First, that LeBron has clearly moved on. He's not playing Drake's games. And second, while Drake keeps taking low blows and obsessing over LeBron like he's battling another rapper, LeBron is out here being the bigger man, enjoying his personal life. And for Drake, it's a bad look. Once again, he's left looking like the bitter one in a beef he should have never started. Even worse, this isn't just a loss. It's an L handed out by an NBA legend who doesn't even rap. And still, despite LeBron pretty much ending the nonsense with one viral moment, Team OVO couldn't handle it. Instead of accepting the loss with class, Drake and his inner circle kept acting out, turning themselves into a full-blown circus, once again dragging the entire rap game into their mess.
Kendrick Lamar Duckworth and Aubrey Drake Graham have disliked each other for a decade now, so we'll start with the Drake and J. Cole song, First Person Shooter, where J. Cole says he, Kendrick, and Drake are the big three of rap music. Now Kendrick responds and says there is no big three, it's just Big Me, to which J. Cole drops a diss of his own and apologizes 3 days after its release.
Phil, y'all love Kendrick Lamar, correct? As do I.
Formally exiting from this beef. For Drake's disses, he says Kendrick Lamar's son is not biologically his, that he's having relationship issues, and that Kendrick Lamar is physically abusive to his fiance. Now Kendrick calls Drake a rap colonizer, saying he just goes to black cultural touchstones to steal their slang and their accents to make music. Kendrick also claims not only is Drake a pedophile, but he employs pedophiles and also runs a sex trafficking operation through his home called the Embassy. As of today, Drake has been the last one to drop a response, but the overwhelming sentiment is that Kendrick Lamar has won this beef.
Drake has been getting way too vocal during his live shows lately, especially when it comes to Kendrick Lamar. The way he keeps going off about Kendrick on stage is starting to look less like competition and more like a straight-up obsession. And trust, there's more to unpack because his entire tour is slowly turning into a full-blown anti-Kendrick campaign. But it's not just Drake making noise. His OVO fan base went even further, dragging Tyler, the creator, into the drama by claiming his new album was a knockoff of Drake's Honestly Nevermind. They even said Tyler tried to create his own version of Nokia. The disrespect was unreal and the comparisons made no sense, but this is the type of energy coming from Drake's camp lately.
LeBron is beyond just like a player on the court, you know, that's one of my closest friends, so.
You have some fun playing in front of your boy Drake?
Absolutely, that's my brother, man. We support each other in every endeavor that we do.
Drake takes you like by letting you down.
Yeah, what'd I tell you?
Said that I can never let you down.
Do you think LeBron James is still the GOAT after being weird to Drake?
He was really supporting that song, calling Drake, and then he went to the pop.
That's crazy.
Drake got a tattoo of LeBron and now he covered it up.
I'm feeling it doesn't matter, 'cause you know I'm okay.
Before even getting into how messy this has become, it's clear Drake's crew is acting like they're allergic to peace. And if anyone's still defending him while watching this train wreck unfold, it might be time to admit they brought this heat on themselves. Drake's fans might be upset, but the facts are facts. This drama didn't just happen, it was manufactured, and now it's backfiring in a major way. What's really got Drake heated now? Tyler linking up with LeBron James. That move alone seems to have triggered this sudden wave of bitterness, leading to what looks like a full-scale effort to drag Tyler down. But instead of making Tyler look bad, it's only highlighting how miserable Drake seems to be acting in the hip-hop world right now. Stacking all this together, the outbursts, the petty shots, the failed takedowns, it's clear that Drake has created a disaster he can't clean up. And all it's doing is making him look like he's spiraling. The tipping point, his It's All a Blur, Big as the What tour with Party Next Door, which at this point is sounding about as fun as listening to paint dry. Drake's recent tour stop felt more like a never-ending loop of JJ Fish than a high-budget show. The stage design barely changed from his usual Anita Max Win setup, same layout, just a few extra lights slapped on to cover up the fact that there's barely anything happening. Fans basically paid for an OVO karaoke night, not a live performance. During the show, Drake was in full autopilot mode, pacing back and forth like always, doing what could only be described as the opposite of stage presence. And while he wandered around the stage, his fan base stuck to what's become their go-to move, obsessing over the Kendrick Lamar beef.
Drake and LeBron used to be family, but now they hate each other. Drake really looked up to LeBron. He even got a tattoo of LeBron's iconic high school jersey. But once the Kendrick Lamar beef started, LeBron was seen rapping along to Kendrick's first diss verse on Like That with Future and Metro Boomin. As Kendrick dropped Not Like Us, LeBron was rapping it non-stop and even went to the Kendrick Lamar and Friends pop-up show. LeBron's wife was also seen courtside wearing a PJ Lang shirt, with LeBron even posting it on his Instagram. Drake unfollowed LeBron James, and when Team USA won the Olympics, he congratulated Steph Curry, Jason Tatum, and Kevin Durant, leaving out LeBron.
No hype for Drake's music, no chants about the albums or hits, just more hate aimed at someone else. Once again, just like at Wireless Fest, the crowd broke into that same tired chant. Kendrick over and over again. And for Drake, that moment says everything. Watching the footage, you can literally see him soak it all in. He doesn't stop it, he embraces it. That chant has become the last thing keeping his fan base united. Not the art, not the music, just shared bitterness toward another man who outshined them all. The wildest part, Drake's reaction. You could see the spark when the chant erupted, like it gave him the validation he's been desperate for. He finally responded to the crowd, smirking and saying, "I can't say that I don't agree." And just like that, he dove straight back into a set list packed with forgettable tracks that barely moved the needle. At this point, Drake's performances are starting to feel more tired than ever. Like the passion's gone, the creativity's drained, and the brand is fading. Instead of rising above, he's feeding off negativity, hoping that anger alone will keep the crowd going. But in reality, it's just making him look more washed out as both an artist and performer. Right now, Drake is fully leaning into the chaos, encouraging his fans to keep pushing the only thing OVO seems to stand for lately, hating Kendrick Lamar.
LeBron James' beef with Drake keeps getting more insane. These two have been beefing as a result of LeBron James dancing to Kendrick Lamar's diss track on Drake, Not Like Us, and as a result, Drake has a one-sided beef with LeBron. First, he changed the lyrics in one of his songs to no longer mention LeBron, and then recently it's been revealed that he covered one of his LeBron James tattoos with a Shai Gilgeous-Alexander tattoo. Keep in mind, Drake has been taking small shots at LeBron ever since the Kendrick Lamar incident, and to this day, LeBron James has not responded a single time. This is by far the most one-sided beef that LeBron has ever had since his beef with Skip Bayless. Because as Drake keeps trying to get LeBron James's attention, LeBron is trying to figure out which team he wants to play for next season, and Drake is doing anything to get LeBron's attention, and because of that,
and honestly, that might be an achievement in itself, but not the kind to be proud of. Most fan bases hype up their favorite artist, but what Drake's circle is doing? They're actually dragging his brand down. By turning the energy of every show into a Kendrick smear campaign, they've taken what used to be one of the most respected labels in hip-hop and turned it into a meme, constantly name-calling Kendrick, twisting narratives, and claiming the entire Kendrick tour is somehow centered around Drake. It's wild. Meanwhile, Kendrick and his fans haven't even mentioned Drake once. They're too focused on celebrating their music. The only reason Drake's diss tracks even got turned into live content was because he chose to take things to the legal level. That's why his shows now revolve around staged deposition skits. It's not creative, it's reactive. Even during the Super Bowl, the Not Like Us rollout followed a similar theme, proving Kendrick's team is still controlling the narrative without saying a word. So again, let's ask the real questions. Who's actually winning here? Who looks obsessed? The results are loud and clear. One artist and his fan base seem completely cooked by this beef, still spiraling, while the other just keeps dropping music and moving forward along with their supporters.
Kendrick or Drake?
Kendrick.
You look like a Kendrick type of nigga. Look, like I ain't even gonna lie.
Man.
Like I ain't gonna lie. Like if I had to guess what was in your playlist, I'd be like, you're Kendrick.
But what I would say though,
like in a good way. That's a good way.
What I would say though, is that Drake won my respect.
Mm-hmm.
You know, as far as music and putting hit records together, you gotta give that boy you gotta give him his credit. Like from being able to market itself and create at the level consistently as he did, bro. And I'm a rapper, and I was like, nah, that shit dope.
Right.
That motherfucker rap, he sing, he the complete package. You can't deny that. It's just for me, what tips the scale for Kendrick to me is activism.
Drake, on the other hand, is clearly playing into this obsession. He knows these moments go viral. He's intentionally feeding his fans what they want, knowing it keeps his name trending. But underneath it all, it seems like a distraction tactic. Instead of facing the current shift in hip-hop and acknowledging how others are grabbing the cultural spotlight, Drake appears desperate to stay in the center by any means necessary. Looking at Drake's behavior lately, it's wild to see someone nearing 40 chasing attention harder than some of the loudest clout chasers in the game. It's honestly exposing why his career feels like it's spiraling, because instead of evolving, he's locked into this cycle of desperate moves and petty shots.
Kendrick!
You know what? Charles, grab me a shot. I'll drink to that.
Kendrick!
Y'all thought y'all could knock the boy off for real?
I'll give you $100,000 if you can do what I'm about to ask you. Can you name me 3 songs off Kendrick's album before GNX?
Bro, not a single song.
Thank you.
It's not enough.
I'm telling
you. Solid left, but it's not enough.
The energy coming from Drake's OVO camp right now doesn't just show their issue with Kendrick Lamar, it reveals something even deeper. If anyone needed proof that this fan base is in a dark place, just look at how they've been reacting to Tyler, the creator's latest release. Tyler just dropped his 9th album, Don't Cap the Glass, and while it's been getting major love, one part of the hip-hop world, the OVO diehards, are hating on it hard. And it's not just criticism, it's bitter, baseless backlash that screams jealousy more than anything else.
They not like us. 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 Once upon a time, all of us was in chains.
The hate isn't just about music, it's personal now. Tyler has made it clear he stands with Kendrick, so naturally, Drake's crew wasn't going to show love. But what really made things worse for them? Tyler brought LeBron James into the mix, literally. LeBron appears in the music video for Tyler's lead single, Stop Playing With Me, a track that's already buzzing and being called a standout. Meanwhile, Drake is stuck watching Tyler, Kendrick, and Clips all drop high-level material while LeBron shows genuine support for it. And who's still on Drake's side? Top 5 and Kevin Durant, and that's about it. The circle's shrinking. What makes this even more brutal is that Tyler isn't even beefing. He's just doing his thing, innovating, creating, and having fun with music in a way that only a handful of artists per generation ever managed to do. But because Tyler has naturally positioned himself in a respected space with authenticity and artistry, Drake somehow ends up taking another loss.
How much is your outfit?
And I don't even know. This thing ain't even out yet. But it's LV though.
So you got the unreleased thing on?
Unreleased team.
I'm dressed on my proper team. Custom Brioni. See the name right there. 11, I think. Crocodile Tom Ford shoes, 15. Chain, custom progressive diamond link. Jason of Beverly Hills, like 200. Richard Mille RM69 750. Might be the first $1 million outfit on Coast channels.
I can't like the crown, man. We want to know how much that thing is. 3 what?
3 mil.
Okay, Hellcat. Made his own boys in them type sell they solo K. Everybody wanna be demon till they get chipped by your throwaway.
Even when Tyler isn't trying to compete, Drake's insecurities turn everything into a battle, and the result, he just keeps losing ground in hip-hop again and again. In the middle of this massive cultural moment for hip-hop, it's becoming clearer than ever. Drake just can't handle not being the center of attention. Like a Hall of Fame level clout chaser, he's been desperate to insert himself into the spotlight, even when he's not contributing anything meaningful to the genre. Instead of pushing boundaries or uplifting the culture, he's out here watching everyone else have fun and evolve while seemingly getting bitter from the sidelines. This is exactly what's playing out now between Drake and Tyler, the creator. Beyond the whole situation involving LeBron James, there's a deeper issue. Drake's crew, especially his hardcore OVO fan base, seems to have launched a quiet campaign to paint Tyler as a fraud. It's the same tired tactic they tried with Kendrick Lamar, going after anyone who doesn't praise Drake or dares to carve their own lane.
Hey Kendrick, wanna play speed golf at 5:30?
You talking about, boy? 5:30 in the motherfucking morning.
So what?
No.
And here's the pattern. If someone doesn't bow down to Drake, OVO fans treat them like public enemy number 1. Now they're coming after Tyler, claiming his new album, Don't Cap the Glass, is unoriginal, not creative, and, according to their wildest take, somehow ripped off Honestly, Nevermind. They're even accusing the track ring of being a copy of Drake's Nokia. The comparisons are so off base, it's almost comical. Their argument? That Tyler's being praised for making a dance-inspired album, while Drake got torn apart for doing something similar. But here's the thing. This isn't about a double standard. It's about execution. Tyler delivered something fresh, artistic, and bold. Drake's effort in comparison didn't resonate the same way, and that's not hate. That's just the reception. Trying to claim Tyler is getting a pass while Drake is unfairly hated ignores the obvious. One artist is evolving, having fun, and creating something original, while the other seems stuck chasing relevance. The backlash from Drake's fanbase doesn't reflect some grand injustice. It reflects frustration that someone else is doing it better and being embraced for it. The truth is simple. One artist is dropping albums that are fresh, creative, and actually good, while the other is releasing music that's getting dragged because, let's face it, it just doesn't hit. No matter how loud Drake's fans get about how different Tyler's album supposedly isn't, the reality is Tyler didn't need to sample a squeaky bed or pull gimmicks to create something that pushes music forward. And now, with the way Drake stans are going after Tyler, who by the way just pulled off 6 packed out shows across New York and New Jersey, it's honestly wild. That's nearly the same number of shows Drake did across his entire last tour. So watching these fans try to claim that Tyler, one of the most innovative artists of this generation, is unoriginal or somehow biting Drake's style, it's beyond ridiculous. They're even out here trying to say Tyler copied Nokia to make a track that's likely about to become a major hit. Let's be real. If anyone listens to Tyler's work, especially this new album, and thinks he's imitating Drake, they've completely lost the plot. The comparison doesn't hold up for even a second. Tyler's album clearly builds on the world he created with Igor, but goes way beyond that, experimenting with new textures, new emotions, and sounds he's never played with before. And the first reaction from certain fans is to scream, copycat. That's not just a lazy take, it's an insult to the art form itself. If your only frame of reference is Drake's catalog, and the minute an artist steps into a new lane, you start crying clone, then it's time to step back and rethink the entire conversation. Tyler has carved out a lane so specific, so unique, that even putting him in the same creative box as Drake just shows a complete lack of understanding about music. When you break it down, look at the evolution, the impact, the risks taken. Tyler has consistently moved culture forward. Meanwhile, Drake's recent efforts feel like he's running in circles. To reduce Tyler's artistry down to a recycled version of one of Drake's least experimental albums, that's not just disrespectful to Tyler, it's disrespectful to rap, to creative growth, and to the entire idea of artistic expression. At this point, Drake's biggest moves seem to be slapping emojis on album covers, launching TikTok dance trends, and aging in reverse while singing some pretty questionable lines, ones that many avoid even mentioning because OVO fans tend to get defensive fast. But when you put all that next to what Tyler, the creator, is doing, there's no comparison. Tyler isn't just making music, he's reshaping what hip-hop can be. In every way, Tyler stands miles ahead. He's this generation's Andre 3000, Q-Tip, or Pharrell. An artist who keeps reinventing the sound, bending boundaries, and setting new standards for what's possible in the genre. He doesn't just follow the rulebook, he rewrites it. And real rap fans, they see it clearly. Meanwhile, Drake and his circle are stuck in their feelings, becoming the punchline of the rap scene. Every time a new talent levels up or a groundbreaking project drops, Drake's fan base ends up exposing just how little they seem to care about the growth of the genre they claim to support. It's less about the music and more about defending a brand that's no longer evolving. Even though Drake still manages to grab attention, the spotlight is slipping further away. While artists like Tyler, Kendrick, and others push the culture forward, Drake seems frozen, repeating old formulas and getting left behind. The gap is growing, and eventually the line will be clear. Rap will move in one direction, and Drake will be standing in another. And when that moment comes, when the culture fully separates from the drama and gimmicks, Drake won't be able to hijack those waves anymore. he won't be able to disrupt the momentum of a genre that's finally having fun, experimenting, and thriving again. What's happening now is undeniable. The new generation of rap stars is redefining the space, while Drake and even LeBron, who's usually on the pulse of hip-hop trends, are starting to look out of touch with what's really moving the culture forward. Drake's recent moves involving both Clips and Tyler, the creator, speak volumes, and not in the way he'd probably want. At this point, it's clear, moment by moment, he's fading out of the conversation, and most people genuinely don't care anymore. What we're witnessing is a rapper who once stood at the center of everything now spiraling, more focused on numbers, optics, and control than the actual craft. Instead of evolving with the culture, Drake appears to be losing grip on the very identity that once made him matter. And here's the twist. Fans are cheering it on. With every new moment Tyler, Kendrick, or even Pusha T brings to the table, it becomes more obvious that the people pushing the art forward aren't the ones chasing trends or clout. They're the ones innovating, creating, and keeping rap exciting. Sure, Drake still has supporters, and yeah, some of them are loud. But as Pusha T and Malice already warned, the way things are shaping up now, those clinging to this outdated version of Drake are just separating themselves from the heart of the culture. And maybe that's a good thing, because what we're watching is a clean break, a shift toward a version of rap that feels fresh again. One that might finally bring back the energy, creativity, and cultural value we haven't fully felt since the golden age. The art is leveling up, the culture is moving on, and the people standing in the way, they're just exposing themselves. So now, let's talk about it. What do you think about Drake's crash outs with Tyler, the creator, and Kendrick Lamar? How wild is it that OVO fans are now targeting Tyler after everything he's accomplished? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. And don't forget, if you enjoyed this breakdown, make sure to like, comment, share, and subscribe to stay locked in with everything going on in the world of hip-hop.